Hey Lale! I love serverless computing and Cloud Run. But does anyone else?
Yes, Martin. I work with the organization every day who use Cloud Run for business critical workloads. Let me tell you why they pick Cloud Run.
I'm so glad that you could join me on the show today, Lale. What do you do for a living?
I'm a customer engineer based in Google Stockholm office. I help companies use Google Cloud.
So you are really in the trenches, helping customers put real world workloads in the cloud.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. And many of them have used Google Cloud Run to go serverless in the cloud.
All right, so why do they pick Cloud Run?
I can provide some real customer examples. They bring up these three things: simplicity, developer productivity, and cost efficiency.
Simplicity was item one on your list. Now, I love simplicity, but what do customers say about Cloud Run and simplicity?
I've heard from a team at Enride, which is a Swedish tech company. They provide freight transportation. That is a digital, electric, and autonomous. Think full-size electric autonomous trucks. They told me that Cloud Run let them abstract away cloud resource management, which get them higher utilization and more efficient cloud system.
Right. If you're using Cloud Run, Google spins up and down servers as needed to match your traffic.
Exactly. They said that going serverless enabled them to shift complexity away from developers.
That's great, because we developers have enough to think about already.
I've also heard a team at Karma. They said that Cloud Run streamlines their infrastructure management. This gives them more time to focus on important things like planning their expansion in the UK and France.
And you told me before we recorded this that Karma builds software for restaurants?
Yes, Karma software lets restaurant guests order food, tip staff, and pay for their meal in the way that enable all these activities are climate compensated. This frees up time for the staff so they can offer better service to guests, and if the restaurant has a food left at the end of the day, it can be sold at discount, ensuring less food waste.
All right, sounds good. Item number 2 on your list was developer productivity. What are customers saying about that?
Well, have you heard of IKEA, a Swedish furniture and home good retailer?
Of course, I'm standing at an IKEA desk right now.
Using managed services like Google Cloud Run, IKEA Retail has been able to adopt and grow in the cloud. Because IKEA's culture is developer supportive, the developer team was able to research and convince the company that managed services in the cloud was the way to go.
I agree. If you want to maximize developer productivity, let Google worry about server maintenance.
Also, a global Swedish fashion retailer is using Cloud Run to a large extent for the same reason. The last item on my list was cost efficiency.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised by that, Lolly, because some people say that serverless computing is more expensive than managing your own servers.
Oh, well, it depends. The team at Enride mentioned that when they shut down their Kubernetes cluster and migrated to Cloud Run, they got a concern phone call from their reseller. The reseller had noticed that Enride total cloud spend had dropped dramatically.
Well, I guess it depends on what your workload is. If your workload is scientific computing, your server CPU may be running at 80% utilization 24/7, but many companies don't have workloads that keep their servers that busy all the time.
Right. Many workloads vary with the time of a day and the day of week. Those workloads can be more affordable to run on Cloud Run because it scales up and down with your load automatically. It even scales down to a zero, so you don't pay if there is no traffic.
Yeah, and Cloud Run gives you the peace of mind that your system will scale up to meet increased traffic, like on Black Friday.
Or if you are featured by TechCrunch.
Yes, indeed. And there's more to cost than just your cloud bill, right?
Yes, several customers I have talked with say that the total cost of ownership is lower with the Cloud Run. That's because their developer can spend more time on the building new feature and less time on just keep the system running.
All right, Lale. Thanks for sharing these customer quotes with us today.
When in doubt, listen to customer.
Ah, those are wise words. And thank you everyone for watching. If you have questions about how organizations use Cloud Run, please add them to the comments below. Also, let us know if there are other serverless topics you'd like to hear about in future episodes. We read every single comment. Until next time!